Okay, hello guys, welcome to the video. Look, I know that it sounds like I'm talking through a fucking microwave currently right now, but nah, I promise I've put some effort into it, okay? This is a completely, like, effortless, it's just bad quality. But I've even got some great quality Minecraft for the background as well, you know? But basically, today, I want to talk about stands. And you've probably heard a lot about these already, and if you looking at coming for new information, then that's probably not what you're going to get. You've probably heard some information about this before, but I will be talking about the WilburSoot mass situation in the party, and I will also be talking about other things that I think do need to be mentioned, because there is some positives to the stand situations and negatives as well, which you've commonly heard about. The one main thing that I'm gonna say at the start is, if you are a stan, you should probably click off this video. I'm gonna make fun of you a lot because, let's face it, you're all kind of pussies. That's the nicest way to put it. I feel like you can't, you know, take something as a joke a lot of the time, or take something as a simple thing. So yeah, click off. Anyway, now we're gonna get into it. What I want to talk about first is why I think stands are good sometimes. Um, I I think the idea of having a fan base that can connect with the creator in a more personal level can be good, and it can just be very, meaningful on a community. But also, I think when you connect too much and it's, parasocial relationships and such, a good video if you want to watch on that about parasocial relationships. I think a lot of stands, if you are watching this video, you should watch Ludwig's video, I'm Not Your Friend. I think that mentions it very well. But parasocial relationships can be an issue and are an issue in stan culture, but to the ones that don't do that as much and simply have a more personal connection but don't go parasocial with it, and like don't have a unhealthy relationship with the creator, that can be really good for someone's mental health and the creator's mental health even, and those are positives. But a negative is that, like I've already said, it does get taken out of time, and there are some very creepy people on the internet, like just there's just all George Not Found fans. Nah, I'm joking, but slash J guys. Ooh. No, okay, I'll stop being a dickhead. But like, yeah, if you know what I mean, like parasocial relationships. Again, I'm throwing that word around a lot. It's an issue in stan culture, especially, and that's one thing that I feel like does need to be sorted out slightly. But if you cut down on that, that can be a really good idea and a very welcoming, thing to your audience. One thing I do want to say is that there are different ways that the creators, in the Minecraft community especially, deal with their stands and communicate with them. Like, Dream is very pushy on the agreeance of heavy stand culture, I feel like, and stuff like that, whereas creators like Tommy in it tend to be not as pushy on that, and tend to recognise that they are just a content creator and nothing more. And I think that comes up with YouTube background and how people have been brought up on YouTube. Like, Dream, I don't know how he was brought up on YouTube, but I know Tommy in it was a big Ludwig fan, who is another name that I've mentioned, who makes that assumption, which is why Tubbo and Tommy in it, all these creators, even Wilbur, to a certain extent, probably have the same view on things, as it's not they shouldn't be a personal connection towards that. One positive that I will mention, another positive that I want to mention about stan culture, is that they do point things out that are negative a lot of the times, and that the hunger to make things better is good. The issue, however, is that they often point out the wrong things, and then drama happens for stupid reasons that it shouldn't, because they point out stupid things that don't need to be pointed out. This is like the mass situation at the party, which I'm going to talk about in a good 10 seconds. But they point out the wrong things, and I'll be making 2 points about that later in the video, including the mass one that I'm going to talk about now. if you don't know the situation, which you've searched this video, and I've put this in the tags, which is probably the main reason you're watching this, is for, you know, the entire situation. But if you don't know what's happening, a lot of content creators went to a party in London. If like, I think there was about 50 plus content creators there, which is a lot of people, mind you, and that's why I understand the point that the stands are mostly trying to make. Whereas, and people, you know, got mad at them for, well, stands mainly got mad at them for not wearing masks, which on the outside seems like a very fair assumption and a very fair thing to say. But looking more into it, it shows that they did take a lot of safety precautions beforehand anyway, such as if you check Mink's tweet reply to G Nelly, you'll be able to see that they all got tested before and after. They were all vaccinated, and it was even a private bowling venue, like arena, a private bowling alley, just so they didn't have to make social interaction as much, keeping it more safe. Which the safety precautions that have been taking place, I believe, makes the mask argument invalid, in my opinion. But I do understand what they do mean, and from an outside perspective looking in, if you would care so much about a safety, you know, precaution, it can seem very obvious to, you know, wear masks, just wear masks. But also, the normal person with all those safety precautions in place wouldn't wear a mask. They would most likely just continue with the party without a mask, and I believe putting a content creator to making them try such a, you know, making them have to basically influence at such a high level and always act good, to do everything correctly, I think that can be damaging to a content creator's, you know, mental health. Like, it can be mentally draining to do that. But like, it's similar with another situation that I also want to talk about. That's also, I've been thinking about it. About 2 months ago, Tommy Innit, who is a content creator, I believe made a tweet with with another creator, Jay Schlatt, who is not very well liked about a lot of the community because of former things that he's done, well said, which to the average person definitely is seen as jokes, but a lot of the times the lines between jokes and non-jokes can be a bit blurred between these stands, even though a lot of the times they make horrible jokes, horrible jokes quotation, and then afterwards said it's a joke, even though it very clearly wasn't, and it was. And I mean, that's just disgusting in my opinion, but that's not what this point is about. This point is about how they then attacked Tommy Innit for being friends with content creator Jay Schlatt, and had thrown around words, a lot of them thrown around words like homophobic, transphobic, racist towards someone that's obviously, you know, not trying to be a negative person or like not trying to be any of those things. They just wanted to be friends and tweet or talk to one of their favorite content creators in the past, which is Jay Schlatt. And putting that much pressure on a kid not being able to be friends with someone he wants to be friends with, is honestly disgusting. He made a tweet. I can't. No, it wasn't a tweet. He was on Twitch and he had to explain that he got therapy because the Twitter stuff was too much for him. And tweets after that, you'd think that maybe they'd, you know, calm down and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Even if they didn't agree with it still, which is stupid, even if they didn't agree with it, you'd still figure they'd calm down and, you know, lay off. No. A lot of them continued and, in fact, called him a privilege and say that he's not allowed to feel this way. Which, to say that to a content creator that you watch is fucking terrible. That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say. Like, I don't think people understand the idea of content creators have feelings too, and they're also people. And a lot of people on Twitter, which is the main platform that all this happens, don't understand that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to rant about. This was obviously, you can tell, was not scripted. I just I just wanted to rant about something and get it off my mind, because it's kind of annoying to hear people, do that to someone else. But yeah. Anyway, this is the end of this video. But thank you for watching. If you have, I doubt very many of you have watched all the way through, because that tends to be how it is for the first couple of videos. You won't get many people watching it or watching all the way through. But if you have watched all the way through, consider subscribing. It really helps out a small channel, and the more subscribers that you can get, I can build on my content and make it even better and better. And instead of using, I can use more humor and more scripts. If you subscribe, the content just gets better for a smaller creator. And I think you should do that with all small creators to kind of boost not only their morale but their equipment that they can use and stuff like that. But thank you for watching if you did, and yeah. Sorry for the background. I've been watching some of the background footage the whole way through. Jesus Christ, it's so bad. But yeah, thank you and goodbye.